Okay, here we are. Game number 1 has finally started, spawning in the top right hand corner as our yellow Protoss player from the Heralds of Apocalypse. It is MoskoTheBear. And he is facing off against his teal Zerg opponent. It is going to be BLord from REG Gaming. Now this is going to get... No, I was thinking this is going to be a 9 pool, but the Overlord was popping out. I was a little bit scared there that BLord really wanted to get very aggressive in this series. But no, the Overlord is in production right now, so it is still looking pretty standard. But of course the question will be, what kind of strategy will MoskoTheBear respond with? It looks like he wants to go for a very standard gateway opening, but he is still sending out that probe very early onto the map, which could still mean that he could put down the forge inside his base and go for some kind of cannon rush, but that is not the case. We do see that the gateway is on the production tab back at home, not walling off whatsoever, not even reducing the service area on that pylon. He is very confident, but there is a very sneaky drone here of BLord going towards that high yield base. And is he really going to go into a hatchery first at the high yield expansion? That is not something that you see on this map a whole lot, but it is a way to get ahead if it does not get scouted. Now the probe will move down towards the low ground. He should know that something is up, because not seeing that spawning pool come down and not seeing a hatchery come down, there should be some alarm coming down, and the drone is just blocking off against any shenanigans of a cannon rush that might be coming through. But the drone is gonna be sent away. He's really scouting very well right now to see what is going on. But it looks like it is still going to be a 3 hatch before pool build. And, well, going for a very quick 4 gate pressure build can definitely help you out. But look at that, a second gateway being added on by MoskoTheBear. He might just go for... No, he's not going to go for a straight up 4 gate right there, because he's using that chrono boost on his Nexus instead of that warp gate research. But he is definitely delaying his Nexus quite a bit because of this. But going for a 1 base play against a 3 hatch before pool can definitely work out in your favor. Now BLord is going to be sending as many drones as possible towards that high yield base, and still MoskoTheBear has not found it. Did he see those drones leave? He should have seen it. He should at least know that, hey, there are hardly any drones mining inside that main base anymore. Checks the third base. Of course, you're not going to find anything there, but he will see the creep from that high yield base, and he will know that it is up. He knows enough right now. The probe has scouted it. One Overlord of BLord will get taken out. And if this is going to be a 1 base play for MoskoTheBear, that can work out very well, because only gas geysers are now coming down. Zergling speed is still so far off. So if he is not producing enough units, he is going to be in a very bad position. But MoskoTheBear is staying on 1 base for so long, he really needs to get the damage done. Killing off this high yield base is a must right now for MoskoTheBear, so let's see if he can do it. Currently there are 3 stalkers on the map. A few Zerglings are currently on the production tab, but that is not going to be enough. The Queen, of course, will help out quite a bit, but 2 stalkers will already be enough to kill it off, especially if there's going to be an inject between that. Now, Warp Gate research is about to finish up. There's no tech behind this whatsoever. Just 2 gateways trying to pick off as many units as possible. And the army supply is relatively equal right now. But look at that worker supply. Currently MoskoTheBear is up in economy. He has 25 harvesters against 17. That is looking pretty good. But unless he can take out all of these, at least this base, then the production of BLord is going to be enough to replenish that work count quite a bit, and just go for a very strong economy play after that. But killing off this hatchery, already a very strong move. MoskoTheBear does manage to pick it off, and he has an access back at home to a robotics facility, and a forge started back at home. But those Zerglings that are arriving, there's nothing here. He needs to block it with a pylon. He's not selecting that probe. They will be able to bust through, and the Zerglings are going towards the main base. The Zergling speed just finished up behind this, and they will be going to town on top of these probes. Already 6 going down right now, and the number will start climbing. That wall off is so incredibly important, and more Zerglings streaming across the map. It looks like BLord, with this amount of Zerglings being made, denying the mining for MoskoTheBear so significantly, looks like he will be taking this game. The probes will be able to return towards the Nexus. At least the natural base Nexus is done, but he still needs to go for a wall off, I do believe, because this pylon is about to be busted through. Well, actually, the amount of Zerglings that are being picked off is pretty significant. And looking at the worker count, we do see that BLord has taken a lead. But the third base is dead. The natural base for BLord is hardly mining. But oh, there are still Zerglings inside the main base. No more production from MoskoTheBear, as all of the pylons are being targeted down. And more Zerglings are streaming across the map. There is a hole in this wall. Not anymore with the pylon being finished. But look at how weak that pylon is. And still these Zerglings are rampaging through that main base. They should not be able to get any more kills. But look at that, the pylon was in fact picked off, and the Zerglings did make it in there. He is busting through, he could take out that extra pylon. Very nice hold position micro from MoskoTheBear right there, denying the Zerglings a good service area, and the photon cannon is going to save him for now. But BLord has a very nice advantage, I would say. He is up 3 workers, there are 9 more drones on the way. The wall off is looking very awkward from MoskoTheBear. He has not used that forge whatsoever. He's not used that robotics facility at all. And his gas income is looking very poor. And gas income is one of the most important things that a Protoss player can have, especially in this case of the game, in this stage of the game, where you want to tech up, where you want to get your tech out, and where you want to get at least a few sentries out, I would say, against this amount of Zerglings that BLord has been producing so far. But what does he have on the other side of the map? He is mining a whole lot of gas right now. Gas income 450 to 500 every minute. The lair is about to finish up, and I would not be surprised, especially with seeing that robotics facility, that there is going to be a spire being put down very soon. Immediately the spire does in fact come down right now, not using any of his gas on anything. He's just going to save that up for his Mutalisks to come out. He's delaying his third base for this quite a bit, but the Zerglings, they will start poking away. But look at that, MoskoTheBear is going to go for a very risky third base. But I don't think that he has the units to hold on to that. Even these 2 sentries can be picked off very, very easily. Yes, of course, it will come down, but that is not going to save them. These Zerglings, well, they were focusing on the Zealot for quite some time. The second sentry will also fall. And remember, the clock is ticking. Yes, the economy for MoskoTheBear will be great if this third Nexus comes up. But that's the big if. He's not going to have that time. The spire is 3/4 of the way done right now. There is enough gas in the bank for 9 Mutalisks. He just needs the larvae, he just needs the minerals. But those will come a lot easier than the gas income. And especially going up to Colossus Tech, not going to help MoskoTheBear at all. Now the Zerglings are going to try and cancel that third base, and they should be able to do that because there are definitely no units here whatsoever. And what is the last scout that MoskoTheBear has right now? He has not seen anything inside the main base. He only knows the location of where the spawning pool is. Other than that, he does not know anything. And that's why those sentries are so important. Even the Zerglings are going to pick away at these sentries. The Stalker is going to go down behind this dude. There's just too many Zerg units here. And look now, the Spire is done. +1 attack for the flyer units. And 12 Mutalisks on the production tab, and that number is only going to increase. And without Stalkers, without Blink, without a Stargate, you are not going to stop those Mutalisks. They will pick apart your army, they will pick apart your mineral lines, and there's nothing you can do about it. Saving grace for MoskoTheBear is he can buy a little bit of time with his Mothership Core that will have enough energy for 2 photon overcharges very soon. But he has 3 bases that he needs to defend, and the Mutalisks are out. They are going to move towards the main base. Behind this, BLord is even taking his 4th base, because why not? He has full map control. Looking at the unit stat, there is nothing that can shoot up for MoskoTheBear. He has 1 Colossus, 1 Immortal, 1 Zealot, and a Mothership Core. The only thing that he can get for anti-air is going to be photon overcharge, and look at this, already 7 probes being killed off. And more will fall because there is nothing here to deny anything like this. And with photon overcharge, yes, it does get dropped down, and still that Mothership Core does have enough energy for another photon overcharge. Oh, but he has to be careful that Mothership can be targeted down. No photon overcharge inside the main base, and there's going to be the GG. BLord takes game number 1 and takes a very nice lead in this best of 5 series.